Hello, I'm Steve Monkey Mason, and welcome to the audio commentary for Terminal Velocity. Now I'm pressing play now. This is on an American import, and I'm doing this because I lent this off Casper after I was talking to Casper after I watched Drop Zone and did the commentary for Drop Zone. I think this is my first solo podcast since Drop Zone. Me teaming up with Paul Ray and Carl did the Christmas Die Hard special, and we also did Blade Free the other day. I rewatched this after Casper lent us it. It's a weird fucking Blu-ray. The box is split into 3 squares. Top square is the classic Charlie Sheen looking back, and then Natasha Kinski, you want to pronounce her name that way? Her face is different from what I remember on the big box VHS. And then at the bottom, you've got Charlie Sheen, Terminal Velocity, Charlie Sheen holding a gun, Natasha Kinski falling through the sky, and on the right you've got Jeff Bridges and White Squirrel. So this is one of these double features in America. Mental. I tried watching White Squirrel and I lost interest in it. I thought the font at the very start was fucking shocking for a Ridley Scott movie. We'll open a can of root beer. Terminal Velocity, like the letters come flying in. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I totally remember this big box VHS. Let's say this that era. I think Charlie Sheen is a good actor. I know he's been a lot of controversial recently, but he's an actor that is exceeded in a lot of different areas from comedy. He's had his little act. This is part of Charlie Sheen's little action run. Although this is like a comedy. There's a lot of comedy in this, but he's really turned in some very dramatic roles. But again, this came out the same year as Drop Zone, and I like revisiting this. I was watching. I was like, fucking hell, this is a little bit more cheesier than I remember. Because I always give this praise because this does have some really good set pieces, but when you watch it compared to what you've seen in Drop Zone and how well Drop Zone was made, especially the parachute stuff, I was like, fucking hell, I was wrong. Yeah, time and age, but yeah, backstory. It's weird actually because when you think about Wesley Snipes and you think of Natasha Kinski, because she just fell off the radar really. I mean, she's probably been in a few things, but she was in One Night Stand with Wesley Snipes, probably like the next year. So someone obviously seen Drop Zone and says, "Oh, Terminal Velocity is like that," and then oh, she's nice. We'll cast her. Starting off in the snowy little desert. Snowy desert. Wow, well done, Stephen. Snowy desert. But yeah. There's a lot of conspiracies and there's a lot of misleading bits in this. It's New Year's Eve if anyone's interested. Me and the guys are recording Jurassic Park podcast tomorrow. As I say, I'm just waiting for Blade to master in the background. As she's just had her fucking carrier bag splat against the window, jump scare. Charlie Sheen was in a lot of things like this, like Shadow Conspiracy, and he then went a bit off the radar when he came over to England, did a film called Postmortem and started calling himself Charles Sheen. And this is obviously just before he got his big break with not one his first big break, but 2.5 Men coming back. Pretty mental thing coming up here is he's like in the middle of the desert and an airplane's about to land on a roof. I mean, it's almost like an alien encounter, but it's it's a nice little composite that. Or if it's a model or whatever, but yeah, airplane heist. She's shocked. Who's she? What's she involved in? There's a bit of a mystery going on there. And fades to the city skies. But yeah, Drop Zone hasn't come out yet. When I'm saying this, but like helicopter shots flying down there. It's very grainy. This screen I always watch these podcasts on is very sharp. There's a lot of grain. I mean, I haven't. Terminal Velocity has been released on DVD in the UK. I mean, that's a great shot to come around and pan to her. So it's a nice helicopter shot. Again, we're still following the lady who was in the desert there. And, it's conspiracy. It's a big gold heist at the end of it, but gold was definitely the crappy thing. Sorry, I was distracted by her not having a bra on. Jesus. Interesting there. Subtitles a quarter of the way up the screen rather than at the bottom. They know who turned on them. She speaks a foreign language. It's teddy bears there. Espionage and hoodlums. Main bad guys in this is weird because you've got is he called Chris McDowell, who plays Shooter McGavin in Happy Gilmore, and he's went for the bleach blonde look. I think it totally makes him character, but again, it's the mid-90s. Even I had my head bleached at that time. Everyone was bleaching the hair and that, but he comes across quite comical. James, I can never pronounce his second name, from Sopranos, turns in a really creepy performance in True Romance, and he's like the lead bad guy in this as well. So it's like a double bad guys. As I say, this is I think some elbows there. Fucking mid-high spin kick for a narrow room, like. Yeah, fucking rogue kick. Fair play to her. Fucking lethal agent. And boom! That's an elbow for you. And there he is, Shooter McGavin. Brutal death, though. Yeah, it's brutal death. Fucking shove her in the fish tank. See, he carries that. Again, fair game. Very similar era did that. There you go. She is dead. Panning down. And the red car. The red car that, you know, like, it's an amazing stunt near the end of the movie when that car goes out the back of a fucking airplane. Can you imagine the insurance job on that? Like, again, that's why it's obviously shot around the desert. Oh yeah, the end of the movie, the car goes out the back. And it's like, it's a very unpredictable thing to be chucking a fucking car out of a fucking aeroplane. Do you know what I mean? Someone's camping out, like, oh, I didn't see that coming. You know, it needs to land in it. You've got to have a very calculated guess where a fucking car is going to fucking land. You know what I mean? For a movie, and it's probably a one take deal. I says we'll look into that more as we get in there. She's been left in a shower, eyes wide open. I mean, it's a conspiracy, but yeah, fade to white. Fucking hell, it's white. And there you go. Here comes the music cues and fucking Charlie Sheen dropping in with Thor's fucking hammer. Again, it's coming off like he was known for Hot Shots. He was known for a lot of variety of things. Men at Work, Wall Street. You know, again, like Money Talks and that was around this era where he was, again, these were coming out. Like one to watch VHSs, you would have that big yellow sticker on it, on the boxes and stuff like that. So Charlie Sheen was like, he transitioned slightly well, but he had sort of dropped off, like, obviously the cinema market anyway. So it was great to see him appear randomly in Wall Street too. Thought it was a great little cameo. It's definitely not Charlie Sheen because he's got Thor's wings on. And again, coming to the comical skit of him landing nigh on perfect, like a fucking superhero, and then whipping his pants off, and it's a kid's party. It's quite a kiss it. This is a kind of role Corey Feldman probably would have done if he had a bit of straight and narrow path in the 90s. It's that kind of, Charlie Sheen probably was the first choice and they got him, but as I say, that woman, she totally looks like Michelle Pfeiffer. So many like similar characteristics. A lot of throwaway cast. I believe she looks like the woman from Cliffhanger, but I don't think it is. But I think a lot of the cast, and like unlike Drop Zone, a lot of the cast are a little bit more like you don't pick them up in anywhere. I don't know. It's definitely not here from just a similar kind of hair and look, really. Desert City. Again, unlike Drop Zone that was done in Miami and that, they've done this out in the Varna way. Again, he looks like the fucking honky tonk man there, doesn't he? The fucking hair on that. A big thing, like. There's a double team podcast, man, where they jump out and they turn into a massive basketball. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, really? He can carry a Charlie Sheen. Seen a picture, I remember talking about this before, but like there's a picture of Charlie Sheen after all the all the things came out about him, just standing in his garden. It's just this air of smoke rising up from him. He's just deadpanning whoever took the picture. It's fucking eerie, mind. Eerie. I don't know where to put my phone. It vibrates. They always try to turn it off. So here's the girl who looks a bit like Michelle Pfeiffer. Charlie Sheen been his Sports Illustrated. It's almost as bad as Ian Somerhalder's head just dropped on the top of the tournament artwork. But again, I mean, it has given interest. Oh, he's fucking so bad Photoshop. Interesting character. She's got a broken leg. Why? Because broke a leg come down a parachute. It's quite like it's probably a very common thing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pop my phone underneath there. They do the tandem. There she is. Natasha Hensky makes an appearance. The tandem things in the background, it little foreshadows it, and you know, it's quite an interesting thing. You know, a little payoff joke. But again, I'm going to look into this whole elaborate plan and all this. It's fucking ludicrous. I mean, it's quite an interesting concept, but like, again, we'll look into it more when we're doing this podcast. It's quite a short podcast, this one. My Blade Free podcast is fucking zooming away. I might have to multitask some bits and bobs near the end. I just called me babe. Sorry, you didn't need to know that, but you're probably wondering what's that rustling. There you go. Trying to fit her in next week. Again, base of operations in Bulgaria, we hired like an abandoned air run, you know, and they have these big air hangars and they're huge, you know, they make the fucking house not more than one plane, but huge. So when you go in there as a film crew, you probably find that like that's a small little set built inside there. I mean, you never really see this side of the room, that fourth wall, you know. So you've got to think about where you save money from. I think Charlie Sheen, he looks great on camera. He did a film I like after this, and it's the one I call it the one with the goatee, Arrival. Just going back to his transition, he became really big in the 80s. In the start of the 90s, Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2. Fucking huge films. You know, I think you probably, you know, you try to like differ away from, but again, you go where the money's going. And he was in a lot in the 90s, like straight to like VHS, but then, you know, he was like Money Talks was a huge straight to DVD video release. Again, capitalising on how Chris Tucker was about to explode as well, coming off Friday and into Rush Hour, but again, talking about stuff like shadow conspiracies and stuff like that. A lot of Charlie Sheen movies have fell into obscurity. The Chase and the Rookie are stuff that you like just putting Charlie Sheen with Clint Eastwood, but it's just disappeared. You know what I mean? A lot of people ask for The Chase. Again, Emilio, you know, you got to remember, like the late 90s, Emilio sort of went into more directing and stuff. His films got less and less. I mean, for a few dollars more, a Western movie, Emilio Estevez was kind of like, you know, like, oh fucking hell, Emilio Estevez in a movie, but again, he turned to more directing and stuff, so. The elaborate plan, the massive jumpsuit. not very aerodynamic. You probably wear a jumpsuit twice as size of you coming down there. Check out the fucking VHS cameraman strapped to a helmet. Oh, the elaborate plan of how it's going to go. Fucking hell, the blurriness in the background, the focus and all that, it almost looks like that I'm like watching this for 3D. Fuck me. It's fucking terrible in the background. Again though, you know what I mean, can you just turn up and jump out on your first goal? Like, there you can. Like, oh yeah, I want to parachute today on my own. You know, it's got a static line or whatever it is. So, I'm just gonna fucking jump out and do it. Again, this warrants that 90s cheese. Main reason I'm pushing to do this podcast today is, as well, I'm in shop closed down with Casper. So I'll see Casper on Monday at work, so at least I can give him it back. Casper gets a bit arsey when he doesn't give us his shit back. Hang on a minute, you still haven't watched The Pianist or The Piano I Lent You? It's an amazing movie. The Piano, Elijah Wood and John Cusack. You only hear this for 8 seconds. Splat. I believe that is, I'm sure that's Mario Van Peebles' dad. Best seat in the house. Best seat in the... So here's the clip. He's sitting there, you know, with a jumper for the first time. He hooks the line in. She acknowledges that there might be another plane to distract him. He turns around out. There's a body flying through the door. But the idea, he jumps out and he's not going to see her. You know what I mean? What if he's seen the wrong person? I mean, at the end of the day, the guy filming them, I mean, don't get us wrong, they are up high, but they're not up that high because there's different little arrows you can jump out of. So LinkedIn. Again, just looking out there and all that. Can you imagine a farmer? Your car landed in my field. Okay, sorry about that. And so he's just meant to maneuver that in this thing. She's got up there, right? Unhooked herself. I mean, you probably wouldn't hear anything. They've got headphones on. He turns back. She's gone. But as a first-time viewer, you're wondering, like, she's gone. But again, as a first-time viewer, you'd be like, oh, what the fuck? And then you just see her look. But what if he saw the other person? Do you know what I mean? Because there's going to be 2 bodies flying through the sky. An orange. There you go. Again, how they do it and repeat doing it. I mean, again, look how short that drop is there. Straight away, we've just heard about, you've got 8 seconds. I mean, it's not a very... And, oh, I mean, it's horrible, this. I mean, what's a dummy? I mean, that's clearly a dummy there. Oh, it's weird, that shot, because, like, it's like the camera goes into the ground as well, and it just pans just enough to see a bounce. Oh, it's brutal. It's fucking brutal, because, like, again, you expect him to save her, you know what I mean? That's in the story, but again, that's the twist. Now you would now that would be a hook for a television show. Should be, you know what I mean? Oh, that's grim, that, like. Oh. He said, used to joke about it now. We'll not be joking about it anymore. Like, fucking me, right? I'm trying to think who was in Shadow Conspiracy with Charlie Sheen. Let's have a look. I want to say Liberal Hamilton, but it might be actually. Let's have a look at good old IMDb. Dun, dun, dun. Charlie Sheen, actor. Might be a good one for IMDb rants. He's been in a lot of fucking movies. 86 movies. I don't like it how IMDb on the app now, like, sort of misleads you with the it doesn't tell you what they've got up and coming. So talking about the era, so this is where I want to be. So we had The Rival after there. Major League 2, again, that was a big release. We had The Chase before that. That's the one a lot of people asked for. Three Musketeers, fucking hell, Deadfall. If any, like, honest to God, fuck me, man. See, he's so random. So you had, so let's just go back to, he done loads. I was going to let's go back to Wall Street, but that's not. So you had like Navy SEALs, Men at Work, The Stocky, The Rookie, Hot Shots. He popped up in Loaded Weapon 1, Beyond the Law, where he's got a massive mullet. Hot Shots Part 2, Deadfall, when he plays like this really pimp, like cross-dresser, and it's just fucking mental with Nicolas Cage. So after that, All Good Dogs Go to Heaven, Charlie's New Adventure. He had Friends, Shadow Conspiracy, that's the one I was looking for. Linda Hamilton, I was right. So yeah, he's in Shadow Conspiracy. And after that, he sort of really like a lot, even looking here, stuff like Loose Women, Bad Day on the Block. I mean, I've never heard of that. Money Talks there, that Post-Mortem. Then you had No Code of Conduct, A Letter from Death Row. These were really cheap, straight to fucking releases. He was in another Five Aces, another film with Christopher McDowell. He popped up in being John Malkovich as Charlie Sheen. He then tried to reunite his kinship with Emilio Estevez with Rated R. Yeah, man, he has fucking weird career. The Big Bounce, he's so weird. He's got a really random career. But going back to Terminal Velocity, as he just starts digging through her bag. Where are we? Terminal Velocity. I really like the artwork on IMDb, actually. The nice stroke of colour. Her falling, reaching out to him, Charlie Sheen. It's a nice artwork. Yeah, Melvin Van Peebles it is, Martin Van Peebles. Yeah, so I check the facts. Tagline, it's not the fall that kills you. Seems to be Carl's thing now with the worst taglines for it. Tom Cruise and Michael Douglas both passed on the role for Ditch Brody. Ultimately went to Charlie Sheen. You can kind of, I mean, there'd be no fucking comedy if Tom Cruise had been in it. Michael Douglas would have. Ditch dies, or whatever. Making the movie was used. Yeah, alone. The movie didn't particularly do well at the box office. Charlie Sheen is one of his favourite movies to make. Scene with the Pain makes emergency landings taken from Air America. So they've used clips from Air America. Nicolas Cage was considered in the leading role. You could see Nicolas Cage in this. You could. Charlie Sheen, 2 years younger than his character's age. Wow, that's an interesting one for IMDb. Nicolas Cage chose right. So Nicolas Cage, kept to his dramatic stuff. Did Fear Alone in Las Vegas and then The Rock. So, Nicolas Cage chose well. Charlie Sheen gets in a bit of a scruffle here. I'm sure he does. Where is she? Where's who? I always like to see what films they've got. There you go. Sees a picture of her skydiving. Knows that to sum it up. Conspiracy. again, if you're a working actor, you know what I mean, and you can travel, and it's all about the paychecks, you know, and like his work, you know what I mean. His work might, as an actor, and his presence for what he is and what he's asked to do, fucking whack over the head. You know what I mean? It just sometimes, again, look at that code of conduct. You get into that error of like, they're just the way, you know, don't judge a book by a cover. It's the same thing with don't that bit of glass on his face, fucking class. Don't judge a film by the cover and that. But again, it comes down to, you know, you get a name and like, you make the movie around the name. You know what I mean? You bow down to the actor's demands and his schedule, and you know, to get them in the movie, to sell the movie. I'll tell you what, like Chris, I mean, he's great as shooting McGowan. Fucking great. Good old fish tank explosion. Fucking massive fucking spear. Have that. So run, run, Charlie! Like, look at that. That's insane. To think that, you know, like there's a building like that where you can run out there and then we just hop over the next doors, break into their fucking house, or straight in the elevator. You know what I mean? No barrier. You know what I mean? Look at that. Just fucking hops over the wall. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Some great camera work in there. I mean, look at that camera work there, following him right in, gets right in the car. I mean, that guy made no effort whatsoever to go for the stairs to try and get him. Boom. Dissolve. It's never like that around here. Like a plane graveyard or anything like that. Good old scrap. So setting up here, in the scrapyard, this guy's making a rocket car that will come back later on. Again, that 90s, you know, like it almost like set pieces, like in a wrestling match, like crazy spots. That's what a lot of movies were, because like you had, you need to sell something, and like this is what the kind of like, you know, the beats of an action movie needs. It needs a good plot, a bit of espionage, but you also need like, I mean, this is typically picked out of like Die Hard and Die Hard 2 when he goes up in the fucking his explosion seat, you know what I mean? And obviously just setting stuff up. Kill yourself. Adrenaline junkies. There's a plane. Doo, 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 doo. So his plane's following. So then he decides to follow the plane to lead him back to there. She could have like left him a message or something like that. No, this plane's just kind of follow him until he follows the plane. By order of the emission. Oh yes, he's to blame. I mean, that's generally got to be a legit. I don't feel weird. You see Charlie Sheen through the reflection there before he entered. Got to be a legit airport hangar that. Coke, not really diet like Coca-Cola Coke, but it looks like Coke. So here it comes. Bit of a red herring. He's a fucking evil bastard, mind. He could. Like, I mean, Chambers back in the day started to lend me Sopranos because everyone was talking about the Sopranos, and I was like, I'm not really into it. I mean, it's still got a massive following now, but like, I just remember how evil he is in True Romance, and he turns evil in this as well near the end. But it's mental because he's the bad guy. And Christmas, it's almost, but again, it's almost like you look at them as like a double bad guy, double threat from. Oh, that's my neck. fucking pool table like that. Be fucking mint. Be absolutely class. He's got a great voice, Charlie Sheen. You can just hear him there, and he's great in Platoon. I think like narrating, it's really good, and obviously, as much as he was all right on Wall Street, I think Wall Street 2 is definitely a superior movie to it. There's just more going on. There's a Coca-Cola bin over there. They've got a plenty supply of Coke around. He's just got a great voice. But he can act dead serious. He's also called Carlos Estevez. I mean, that's his real name, but in Machete 2. What's that machine called? Turbo. You can just see, even with that look, you know, like, you don't trust him. Like, see through his bullshit. Even though they turn, you can see he's coming. Oh, well, it is a Coca-Cola machine. Coca-Cola Classic. Dr. Pepper. Again, well, at least this movie, you know, like, obviously it's been shot in America on the airstrips and all that. It's not like it's all been filmed in Bulgaria and stuff like that, which does happen in this day and age, but... I think he's a great... He can deliver great as well. Dun dun dun. There you go. Again, pan it up and zooming in to his face. I think it's, you know, there's some nice shots. Again, going back to Drop Zone. I think Drop Zone had just so much more better stuff going on for it. So here we go. This is what fills my plot gap in. He's too busy spying on a girl who we didn't really see at the start, but that's why he's distracted. That's why he's not following the plane. And obviously cuts to that, so and there you go, you just see the double plane like a shadow, and he's going to rewind it on good old VHS. Rewind, and there was another plane shadowing it. The plot thickens. I like it when it has a plot for a movie, like a nice little twist. But again, she's not dead, and it's again Tim back to following the plane. He'd be like, that fucking plane's following us again. He just happens to hear the fucking plane as well. Just on the right cue. It's that plane again. It's following us. It's not like in Goodfellas. I'm sure that plane's following. Nah. Blast out with his fucking bike. Getting like a nice desert race. Charlie Sheen blasting across the desert. Great shot here. Coming up. You know what I mean? He's just goes vroom, right over his head. Like, where did the fucking plane go? I'm sure you would have heard it just before that, but there you go. Nice, great shot. Again, you don't get it over here much, but I think in like America, especially at the deserts and shit, you probably have fucking miles and miles and miles of fucking just room to play with, you know what I mean? There we go. He's found the plane. He's finally found her. Dun dun dun. You follow me. Another good thing about his podcast. I woke up this morning, especially with everything going on with the coronavirus and stuff. I woke up and I was like, oh no. And I remember getting up twice in the night. It was fucking freezing. It's half snowing up here. It's been trying, but went downstairs and had 2 massive gulpfuls twice during the night of like freezing cold summer fruit juice. And I'm just like, oh, it's fucking gorgeous. Just like quench me first. And it must have froze me fucking throat. I was like, combined with like this new weed I got. Like, I don't know what's hurt me throat worse, that or this. Like, dun dun dun. Just there you go. The plot thickens. He finds the suit. Then he's like sneaking around. He's found the base of operations. Look at that, I mean, imagine all them aeroplanes just lying around for bits. So, this movie's going really fast. I mean, it's got a plot line over this skydiver arrested in downtown. It's like setting it all up. Well, I mean, you had all that time. Double axe handle. Ooh, good punch for the thing. We'll bring that arm back. Oh, that looks quite and there she is. Just hanging around. Like you've seen a fucking ghost. And then fades to conversation. She's not really like a shock, like she's still alive. She hasn't gone far. It's not like she's faked to death and fucked off for miles. She's just in like a fucking hut down the road, you know what I mean? Laying low. Tries to get the grasp of what's going down. So the plot really is she's a friend, a roommate was killed. But they're trying to follow there was a heist and like this gold has been stolen and it's stored out somewhere in the desert. Warrants her to try and fake her death so they stop coming after her because she's an agent. There's a big scene in Russia at the end, isn't there? So I'm just gonna have a look at her IMDb because I know her from this, but. Yeah, now I'm back on furlough. I've sent an email. So, get off the trivia. Beyond the Law. This is Charlie Sheen with full on fucking big mullet. Oh, Michael Madsen's in it. My mate. Right, so Terminal Velocity. 1961. Yeah, so she's in Tess. You see Tess quite a lot. That was 79. She's been in 71 movies. She hasn't done any. She's still alive, but she hasn't done anything for 7 years. I'm going off IMDb. Inland Empire. She was in. Paradise Found. Fucking Kiefer Sutherland. Fuck me. Kiefer Sutherland shipwrecked on an island. Never heard of that. The Day the World Ended. I remember seeing that, but never watching it. Diary of a Sex Addict. Okay. She's in a film called Quarantine. Welcome to Quarantine Now. The Intruder. She definitely flaunted the sexy time, like Susan's Plan. That looks like. See again, Lo, when you go down actors like this and you see that Susan's Plan and you totally remember it and you totally remember it's got like Dan Aykroyd in with a fucking bandana and a gun, you think that looks unusual. She's in Father's Day. So she's in Terminal Velocity. She was in Daniel Steele's The Ring. Cracker Jack. Saw her in Blondie. Again, she's had a very, very random career. As I say, I don't know why she has decided not to act. It says here she was born in Berlin, so she's German. So she's a daughter of a German actor. She's appeared in a number of movies. Yeah, she's just semi-retired. We got a nice family going there. So the plot, basically now, she needs him to break in. So all this time she's been hiding. She could have done this. There's no reason for Charlie Sheen to be going down a fucking chimney suit in a minute. going into her office to find stuff. Just don't worry, she could have been doing this. The other guy could have been doing it. So we've got a skydive here at night. A bit of blue screen there, but obviously cuts to real nice footage. Some really nice shots there. It's falling from the sky. The golden hour. I mean, it's like one thing jumping out of an airplane at night time. Like imagine, like again, told what I was doing on. Why does she have to pull his fucking chute? Don't know what's going on, but like phone wires and shit like that. Like it's night time. Oh, I didn't see that cup tree. Aren't crazy people. So yeah, so here he goes into this factory. Ends up going down the fucking chimney. And I mean, it is a bit ludicrous. Imagine going down a chimney and being stuck. I have post. 2 seconds, everyone. I have post. I'm coming. Oh my god. It's fucking not even the postman, it's my fucking mother. Since we're I've missed blackface Charlie Sheen. Damn it. Sorry. So yeah, imagine getting all the way down there and being stuck in that. I thought it was a postman, but it wasn't. It was Mum putting some vegetarian meals for breakfast through the post box. My mum has a key to my house. The fucking lunatic. So yeah. Yeah, we're all in lockdown now, so expect a lot of podcasts. So yeah, he goes down the chute. Oh, I hyped that up and totally missed it. Well, there's the red car again. Dun dun dun. There you go, we could. Quick to power. I mean, she could have done this. I mean, imagine sending somebody, a massive factory like that and going, right, right, go left, go right. His glasses are spotless clean, mind, considering he's blacked up to the eyes. Alright, we're in lockdown, can't even fucking see my own mother. That's proof. My mother's trying to put stuff through the fucking letterbox. That's how bad it's got. Dun dun dun. There you go, it's going to go into our office. Magically put a key in his pocket. I mean, it's got no zip code or anything. He's just jumped out of a fucking aeroplane. I mean, imagine that. He gets all the way there and he hasn't even got the fucking key. It's just a movie, I know, but bless him. So she's Employee of the Month. I mean, it's quite a shroud, that, isn't it? For your office Employee of the Month for a month. Dedicated a whole wall and did a fucking border around it and all kinds of stuff. Got a font in the middle of the screen. I'm good at because I've got some stuff coming in the post and even had emails that say it's cleared customs and shit like that and today is today. tomorrow's New Year's Day, so like, not getting any post there. I haven't seen the postman this morning as well. Safe on the floor. See if it's just there for idiots. Dun dun dun. It's all about the tube. Charlie Sheen's one of them actors you go, right, up, and you're going to open that, if you were going to direct him, you just like, it's just golden. Like Chris McDonald though, he's so like loud in this. Like, I'm not saying he's wrongly cast, I just think like again there he's got this bleach blonde fucking hair and he's got this big oversized coat, he just doesn't suit. Like a cartoonish henchman. I mean, look at this man, he's like found his shoot straight away. I mean, they're jumping in there and he's coming out the door. There you go. Get in there and he comes out there. Like, action! Action, Charlie! Ooh. The grim acting by the side henchman. What was he in? He was in Fair Game as well, wasn't he? He was the fucking... He was the chief. Or the sergeant. He definitely was. He's fucking aged well, him, mind. So he's known for Thelma and Louise, The Quiz Show. He's in Ballers, Wetlands. Oh, Backtrace. Oh, my God. Sylvester Stallone. Backtrace was fucking appalling. Exposed, that was appalling as well. I could have swore he was in Fair Game. And of course he's gonna base jump. Fuck me, he's been in 211 movies. So talk about someone who's a fucking working actor. Fair play to you, man. There you go. He's on the roof. So I'm sure he was in Fair Game. Perfect Storm, Requiem a Dream, Nurse Betty, The Skulls. Yes, 5 aces. Right. Faculty. I don't remember him. Faculty. Dirty Work. Flubber. Yeah, Fair Game. I was right. He's in Fair Game. He's been 4 roles actually. But he's again now 211 movies, and what you're known as, you know, Christopher McDonald. No, he's called Shooter McGavin. That's his name. That is his name. Shooter McGavin. So there you go. State of the art fucking mini disc there. Some fucking weapon. Bum bum bum. The one thing I do miss about doing these podcasts on the PlayStation, the fact that one button would tell me how long I've got left. I think the movie really wraps itself up quite quickly. Doesn't really hang around that much after that. The big set piece at the end. There you go. Here comes the double cross. Just looks so fucking creepy. I know, I'll put his big oversized jacket on. Dun, dun, dun. You ever think, like, when actors, though, like, he would go on to Sopranos and gets committed, like, some people, you know, they get a TV show, they normally don't, like, probably work, 6-7 months of the year, you get that time off, and again, in that time off, the show starts playing, so you end up doing, like, a lot of PR or stuff like that, or appearances, and then you go back and you do another year, and it just becomes a cycle. And, you know, some people get sick of it. You know, some people, like the main star, quit and then that finishes a series. Or, you know, Charlie Sheen, obviously in that case the same with Charlie Sheen, you know, he got killed off because he'd had, you know, downfall and that, and then decided to try and carry on the show. But some actors go off and do movies. Going back to Blade 3 podcast, Dominic, guy from Prison Break, Blade 3 was filmed in Canada where they do Prison Break, and, you know, he's just been cast and he's probably juggled it, or like literally came off Prison Break into that, and it's interesting to see what big roles they might have been in if they're like sort of not had a TV show, you know what I mean? But TV's big money, you know, it's big money, and you know what I mean, you get yourself grounded, you know. Again, as an actor, that's what you want. You want a steady paycheck, you know what I mean? You want to go from job to job. Again, I think that's what Charlie Sheen's done well on, you know what I mean? Even all the conspiracies and, you know, the negativity he's had. You cannot say he's not like he's constantly worked. Working. Working 9 to 5. Dun dun dun. Of course, he's dead. Plane doors just shut behind him. I mean, that was a nice little touch. That was a really nice touch behind, actually. He was right there. Poof, gone. He's ran around them like a fucking ninja. I mean, he's a big guy. And killed him. Conspiracy. Whoa, he's dead! And he's dead, and he's invisible. I mean, he just up here behind. Oh, he's not dead. Sorry, now he is dead. I mean, Charlie Sheen just watched all that fucking happen and was still shocked. But he's behind you. And a great reveal, bit of blood. He turns on that sadistic bastard, hits the fucking Russian accent, and like, man. And then this movie really sort of, we're into the final. Yeah, she gets kidnapped and she's chucked in the boot. Shoot, safety's on! That cliche. Safety's on! Boom bang bang, boom bang bang, boom bang 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 bang. Bang 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 bang! Good old glass getting smashed out. Dunk! Run! Fucking hell. It's like a Tony Hawk's leap over a fence, that. You can see this being aimed at a bigger audience, but it's not a cinema film. It's a oh yes, we've got the rocket car coming. I mean, you probably would have seen when you used to go to the pictures and you used to see them all like down the aisle and all that, and you possibly. I mean, I just don't remember seeing this in the pictures. Dun, 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 dun. I really need to set up my old computer and cameras for some DV tape action. Might do that today. Well, I can't. I need the laptop. But with that, gun to the chest. Eyes nearly popped out his head. What happened to Free? And of course, the crazy guy would have a fucking rocket launcher. I mean, fuck me, that's an amazing explosion. Car. Oh, you didn't have to shoot the old man in his long johns, like. I mean, he just wanted to. You know what I mean? And he was going, boom, rocket car, time cop, zoom. I mean, this is like it's a model. It's a fucking real thing. It's green, blue screen. It's dummies as you've just seen there. G-force kicking in. I mean, they're clearly fucking dummies on that shot. Like, I mean, I understand that the dummies, but they fucking held that shot way too long. I mean, is she really going to hear him? What? What? And of course, you know, like, he's seen it before, but does he know how to stop it? Now you got the smiley face, have a nice day. So the guy knew how fast he goes, so he's obviously made one before. Bless him. He just got shot with his long johns. It just reminds you of Die Hard 2. The whole ejection thing. Are you going to get it? Are you going to get it? Are you going to get it? Oh, look at that finger. Big ass explosion. Yep, total Die Hard. I mean, it totally works. It totally works. She's just caught out of the whole idea of fucking, you know, like Universal Studio kind of magic, like flying past the screen on a fucking roller coaster. It's just mental. It's just total mental bit of the film, that. I strolled across the water. I mean, surely they could head for higher ground there at some point. Excuse me. She gets angry at him. I'm just trying to delete a few bits and bobs. Again, these guys are really good at finding shit. I mean, look at that. Just pulled up right beside the ejection. Now he's just let his hair down, really, hasn't he? Can't remember how she gets fucking kidnapped. So the run time of this movie, well, total run hour of the disc is 3 hours 51 minutes. It's combined the two. So it's 102 minutes, so it's 42 minutes, 142 minutes. I thought it was a little bit shorter on that, to be honest with you, but that's what we're in for. Dramatic Charlie Sheen, Hot Shots, TV's Two and a Half Men, So like, it's just this is just the reading on the back of the foot. Dramatic. I mean, if you're going to go dramatic, Platoon, Wall Street, not fucking Hot Shots. Oh, mother of God! 2 seconds. Right, this time it was the fucking postman, and I have a vinyl of some form, and I have something from New Zealand. Don't know what the fuck it is. I've been waiting on a parcel from New Zealand for months. So yeah, that was the postman. I can't believe that's fucking happened. The podcast of the postman. Alright, so yeah, they end up in a little shelter. I'm suspicious what... Ooh, I'm suspicious of what that vinyl is now. We'll have to wait. I know how to wait. But man, I seen that postman hours ago out the back door. Must take him a while to get around, like. Oh, would you? I mean, that looks like piss. I mean, he just found a bottle to get pissed with and have his flingy time with her. And it just looks like piss. Dun dun dun. Oh, Charlie. So anyway, back to what we were reading about, right? Charlie Sheen delivers a fast-packed entertainment, a high-flying action. Charlie Sheen stars as Jitch Brody, a daredevil skydiver instructor who falls hard when a sexy, mysterious, beautiful woman walks in the door looking for a lesson and apparently plunges to her death during a parachute jump. Suddenly, Brody finds himself hurled headlong into a nightmare world of intrigues and deceived, caught in a deadly game of cat and mouse with the Russian mafia. With pulse-pounding suspense and sensational skydive and high-speed adventure doesn't move any more faster than terminal velocity. Yeah, that sells the book. The book! The fucking sells the film. Well done, Stephen. Just clearing up some podcasts. Okay. Let's definitely do it. Oh, it's getting sexy time. Talk about being blown out. Damn you! Just deleted 138 gigabyte. Bang! So, got a package from New Zealand. It's interesting, actually. I've been waiting for me John Carpenter Vampires poster to come for 9 months. 10 months, actually. So, it's got that little mini disc thing. Oh yeah, Russia. Pretty high-tech little gadget that for the time. Yeah. The aeroplanes. That's some. I mean, that's some really cool, high tech stuff for the early mid 90s, isn't it? So. Dun dun dun. So the plot's really all being summed up. They know where the gold is. It's all about gold. The airfields. I mean, again, go like parachuting in the dark. Oh fuck! I forgot about that airfield. Air things. Air winds. Oh, he hasn't found her. He's quite good at finding people, then, wasn't he? Angry guy, like. Dun dun dun. Great airfield, like, look at that in the background. Just want you to run towards the camera. Oh shit, I had to find the plane quite quick. Oh yes, that's what that thing did, yeah. Then they end up on the plane, but this is the plane they find, the hidden plane. Da-na-na-na. Oh, them old good old make sure you carry all them tools around. Good old wire snippers. It's booby trapped. Booby trapped C4. Oof, all up. Yeah, because he hides in the toilet and she gets behind there and able to hide in the corner. Thing to put him over his nuts. Again, a bit more forced humour into it there. Now he thinks it's nuclear. It's gold. Interesting what this post is like. I'm gonna have a peek while she hunts. Small sinister, similar. Right, you'll have to check out the channel for the unboxings to find out what's in this because I can't open it on this. But this is an eBay. I think that is Dream a Little Dream Laserdisc. So yeah, there we go. Cargo, all the money, gold bricks. It's all a heist. Look at Diary of a Vengeance, like the year before, the same year, technically, or whatever. It's all about gold, protecting these nuts. You remember Samuel L. Jackson acting with that gold? He's like, "God damn it, McLean, calm down." Charlie Sheen just picks it up like looking at a text message. It's a gold brick. Oh, we're going in for a kiss. Perfect time for a kiss. Britain into an airplane. She reminds me of the lass who's in Hot Shots with him. Has that twangy accent on top of it. I found her. Again, typical 90s. Gets up into an airplane with a machine gun while having a cigarette in his mouth. I mean, it's... yeah. Where do you hide in an airplane? Lots of places if you watch Executive Decision. She's managed to hide right in the corner. I mean, she had no reason to get out there, did she? Charlie Sheen, typical, just sitting there. It's the one place you can't look, isn't it? I'm sure the plane I came back from New Zealand, the second plane, the back end of it was so little toilets, especially for a massive long haul flight. But I'm sure there was like a big room at the back. It must have been just full of beds for the staff, you know, people deadheading and stuff like that. I've seen loads of people coming in and out of that. It's now worse than sitting on planes for that long. Like, I mean, as I say, how long does it take to get to New Zealand? Went this year and it was 18-hour flight on the way back, and then another 8.5-hour flight, then an hour and a half flight. It's a long couple of days. Like, you're in a movie, will be machine gun to the face. He's just fell for that one, hasn't he? Quite a good score. I mean, absolutely proper music cues and jump scares and shit. Somebody on the plane. Of course they're out. She's got a zip line, hasn't she? Upstairs on an airplane, man. Still blows your mind that that's able to stay up in the air, isn't it? So yeah, I would say we're definitely heading towards the last quarter of the movie now. They're out. That woman's been shot all over the face on that one. Oh, I mean... Got to another day, another town. Missing a headlight. Driving around the van. Restaurant. Typical small town, come in. I usually don't give change. Got the side money on there. I usually don't give change, so why now? Very polite bartender. Fucking hell, look at the big fucking ginger mullet thing at the end of the bar. What's that about? What's she thinking? Take your own photos. I remember as a kid I got stuck in one of them, and I was like, Mum was like, they haven't come out. I says, I'm sure that kid... I just remember this kid looking at us like, I'm sure he's took my photos. They're photo machines. There you go. She starts laying down the thickness of the plan. So my VHSs haven't come from America, but I don't think that vinyl's going to be surprised. It's going to be me dream a little dream. It's the only thing I think I bought. It says it was dispatched on the 25th. And it's on the 31st. So yeah, that's definitely Dream Little Dream. Apart from that, I'm not waiting on anything, really. If anyone's watching the channel, I had a right nightmare with an eBay seller and Transformers vinyl loading, and I was like, where's this at? And then they just refunded. I was like, no, seriously, where's this at? Fucking bullshit company. Like, they've got loads of vinyls on there, but it's terrible customer service and shit. I keep joking, like, all these vinyls turning up. But I think this was it. Like, that's Dream Little Dream, and like, again, with Laserdisc from America and stuff, it's a very like something that's quite rare. Paid $14.99 for free postage. It says the Brit. It says like you normally like you're talking 20-30 quid for a 2 Corys Laserdisc, and then you know for in American imports and all that, you talking like 50 odd quid. $14.99 for Dream Little Dream. It's like mine. There you go. Everyone's just fucking watching. Big drama. Big conspiracy theory. See, even when he gets angry, I don't know, I'm not saying he's got one tone when he gets angry, but he does have a comical approach to it. There you go. She run herself out and get kidnapped. Well, there she is. Big mullet, ginger woman. I mean, what would you do? Like, you've just been left in the middle of the towns. I mean, if everyone's going to say it, that van totally looks like it's mounted for a camera. Oh yeah, he's gone for a bus. She took all his money, hadn't she? No, but dun dun dun. Oh look, conspiracy. And there she goes. That's what she was doing in the phone booth. Ditch did not kill me. Newspaper. You know what I mean? Just fucking runs out in front of a fucking truck. We talk about an action sequence there where just run out in front of a truck and he's about to steal the yellow version of the car. I mean, just like, what the fuck, man? Just a random guy. I mean, he's probably like, to be honest with you, that guy is probably the guy who wants a fucking car. Like, yeah, you're like, can we use your car? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't get trashed or anything, does it though? So. There we go, boosh. So, yeah, you're in a bus now. I'm going to go and nick a car, and he's back to where he was. So they're loading the gold. Meanwhile, I think she's already been kidnapped, hasn't she? She's got herself in trouble. I wonder what else the director's directed. Because I mean, he hasn't delivered a bad film. She's gone, man. But there's some blood. Dun dun dun. Right, this is a funny joke for you. I've clicked on Terminal Velocity 4 times via the link from that actor, Chris Shoot McGavin, that fucker. And it keeps taking us to Superman, son of Krypton. I don't know why. Why does it do this for? There's that red car again. So let's have a look. He looks like the same guy. I just said they've got a car just like that. So Terminal Velocity director. Oh well, it doesn't look like he's done much. He's only he's directed 62 movies. Gifted, Colony episodes, Bluebird. He's went into TV. The Strain, Domination, Nikita, Fringe, House, Lost, CSI Miami. So he's made a living off directing. Doesn't look like he's done VIP. Fucking hell, VIP, where Pamela Anderson had 88 episodes. The fuck? Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Nash Bridges. So he did Terminal Velocity, Road Flower, Gunmen, which is... So there's a connection. Gunmen also stars Mario Van Peebles. Death Warrant he directed. It's a fair play. I like Death Warrant for Van Damme. Big action sequence as the big plane's taken off. He's about to embark on a bit of a journey. It's not a very big plane when you consider how big the other planes are. The Red Knight. While we're on Terminal Velocity, let's have a look at the music, because the music, I mean, there's definitely music cues of somebody in that, like. Let's gonna have a look at it. Let's have a look at music. Original music by. Hasn't even got a picture. So he did Avengers. I Know Who Killed Me, American Dad, Orville. So he's done a lot. Tinkerbell movies. He's quite a successful career. Dark Angel. Indiana Jones TV series. I mean, Terminal Velocity hasn't even popped up. Virus. Soldier again. Fucking Flipper. Terminal Velocity. Iron Will. Police Story. Darkwing Duck. Jesus Christ. I forgot about Darkwing Duck there. Splash 2. So, you know, again, the summer of 96 or whenever this was filmed, 95. Like, what are you doing? These guys are doing it. Bang. You know. This bit's ludicrous. The guy's like, I'm going to get up there, I'm going to turn around, when I come back, I'm going to be up the other way, and it's just like, right, here's an idea for a stunt. Let's do this. So the plane shadows him. Again, it's a massive stunt. He gets out in the fucking wing walking. I mean, that's for real, because that's not Charlie Sheen. It's clear as day that's not Charlie Sheen. And then it turns upside down. So the plane drives upside down. He's going to turn himself the right way. And now he's just going to fucking... Whoa, it's a mental stunt, that. I probably had to do that a couple of times, especially because of the cameras. So there she is. She's been on the boot. Oh, fuck me, man. That's a fucking brutal punch to the face, that. Jesus Christ. And with that one punch and him telling him to shut up, that chain of command is just like who the fucking real bad guy is out the two of them. He's fucking terrifying when he goes like that, because it's the same kind of performance in True Romance. Fucking womanizing, beating women and that. It's like, fucking hell. Don't worry. So not long with this movie. We've got a big ass stunt coming up here. He's gonna jump up on the plane. She goes back into the boot, doesn't she? He just gets her out the boot to punch her in the face. So yeah, they've got the door open. I mean, what was his plan if the door wasn't open? I mean, the door's been open to chuck her out, but... And I mean, there, that guy just left there to hang. Oh, spitting in the face, man. Brutal. That's where I'm doing some push-ups. Right, so she's back in the trunk. Love it how they took he had to take the car with him. The car is that precious, and it's established the car is so precious. He had to take the car with him. Guy flying the plane looks like the guy from What Are You Gonna Do About That in Airheads when he pulls his badge off. Fucking shotgun. He loves that car that much. Oosh! Fucking rammed. And then, again, he's fucking he loves his car as much. It's gonna be a death of it. I mean, what a stunt this is, man. That's a real car going out with a fucking real airplane. A guy hanging on. You can see that's a real guy. There's a guy sitting in there. I mean, this is all like rear projection and stuff like that, but how long they've got to hang on for? It's gonna go and shoot him. Bit of CGI there. That's him dead. Just fucking whole fucking that comical flying away shooting him like what the fuck, man. And of course the fucking boot mechanism would break, and then again we get another Charlie Sheen just again visually going backwards in a car. And he's got to get about the boot. I mean, again, I remember this being like fucking hell when I first seen it. Like again at my age, it was like, you know, the car goes out the back, and it's like, how's he going to get her and all that? I mean, of course he is. It's that kind of movie. But he's got to have the key. Again, it's the 90s. It's not like a beep beep, and the chute opens. He's got to have the key in it. Again, fair play to the stunt guy. He's got a lot. They've got a lot to try and get done. Again, it might be done with a bit of model work and rear projection. Of course, she's like, what the fuck's going on? I mean, she would have been absolutely ragdolled in that. Boot of a car going off a fucking aeroplane. There you go. Grabs the hand. Oh, we're going to get some horrible rear projection stuff here. Car's literally going to go straight in the dirt and fucking explode on impact. As soon as it touches it, boom. But again, if you look where that they've just dropped it there, you know, it's right in the cliff edge. I mean, could have probably landed anywhere. I mean, did they have to really fly through the flame? But yeah, of course it did. Flame gets in it, and then they go off an edge of the cliff, and then there's another fucking free fall. Yeah, just adding on the extra bit of cake. So yeah, they did have to land at the edge of the cliff. It being in the stunts, but so now the stunt guys have had some, you know, some hard shit to be doing. Like now it'd be all CGI. There'd be no risk. I mean, that's a physical thing they've sorted out. Of course, the airplane's not working right. Oh, the bad guy goes into the fucking Mac and Mayfield, doesn't he? That's me talking before, like what happens. I mean, again, I mean, they would have just been very safely how they've landed them in there. Just be on a big crane, them. false perspective shots. Gonna go on the propeller. No, you're not. Hard landing. Oosh. Where you go, motherfucker? She's off. Fair enough for you. You're dangerous. She just left him. I mean, it's one thing landing the plane to make sure they get them, like, but like, you know, they ain't going anywhere. And of course, it's not over yet. We have one final fight coming. There's a scrap coming. You think it's over? It's fucking not. Charlie Sheen looking all graceful. Dun dun dun! Finally gets a kiss he's been wanting. Gives us enough time for our bad guy to creep up on. Because you gotta remember, he's a stealthy ninja. Oosh! Flying in with a double drop kick. Still got his parachute on. But again, have we've seen before there. I mean, typical bad guy thing. Could have just brought, if he was serious, snap neck. But no. I think she gets stabbed though, doesn't she? He does, you know, shows you how ruthless he is. Ah, she does get stabbed. But it's not fatal enough. It's enough for Charlie Sheen to get the power. Oof. Oof, land hard down the hill. Oosh. Cannonballs. Charlie Sheen covered in blood, rotting it. Back fist. Oof. Headbutt. Charlie Sheen is not fighting back here at all. Just taking the beating. But he's a professional parachuter. He knows he's got an extra chute. And he's about to unlock it. The bear hug, man. You must be super strong to try and kill somebody with a bear hug. If that's your go-to move, like. You're just going to run out of strength. Or someone's just going to nip you. I mean, again, Russian bear hug. Oosh. There you go. Oh! But we don't get the goriness. You know what I mean? We get, like, clever, like, guy flying backwards, screaming face, getting closer, music, boomf. Then we get one blade covered in blood as it swoops around. Swoop, swoop, blood, swoop. And of course she's not going to die. They're going to go off and have a bit of a romance. Not a super romance, but yeah. So as it goes for a movie, you know, it's that mid-90s movie for Charlie Sheen for me. Again, the ones I've talked about. I did see sort of Major League 2 when it came out. Hot Shots were class, but then again you've got them films like The Lowway Man or whatever that was called. Just fell in obscurity. Post-mortem, Charles Sheen was heavily like displayed back in the day, and everyone's getting confused and it was going to be called Charles Sheen. But again, Arrival, I quite like Arrival. Arrival had a sequel starring Rob Lowe, which you don't find anywhere, but again, I quite like that, the whole conspiracy thing. And again, you talk about budget for the movie, they've literally not faked this. You know, again, Charlie Sheen, right, at the end of filming, we're going to go to Russia. You'll get a week in Russia, maybe it's 2 weeks all paid for, VIP, you know what I mean? Get a nice per diem, douche, you know, boof. What is that mullet behind her? What is that? It's an Ed Sheeran with a mullet. Again, they're doing this big thing. Do you know she's German? What I seen there? We have an Ed Sheeran with a mullet. Gets it from. That's creepy. I think Russia always looks beautiful. The thing about Russia is it's fucking huge. Like, just huge. And now the American gets there. Again, the whole like Russia thing, you know, the Cold War was over and all that, and they're starting to establish these routes or whatever. I got a root beer has lasted the whole thing. But I most certainly need a wee now. Buses here don't work. I am an asshole. Again. I think he made me jump one or too many. Oh. But yeah. That is Russia. There's a lot of extras in the background. This guy on the right just deadpan the camera. We get like a wide shot and then that's pretty much it. There you go. Charlie Sheen gets to salute a whole fucking Russian army. Conspiracy over. It is a bit outlandish, like in the fucking movie. Again, Drop Zone, far better parachuting movie. Great name for a movie, Terminal Velocity. I mean, what's he doing? He keeps waving at them and all. I mean, all he had to do was salute. These commentaries, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's fucking weird. Weirdness. I mean, it's a quirky ending. Oh, and then the three-legged dog called Tripod that she mentions. That is true. And then the end of the movie, Charlie Sheen and the girl walking down, I want to say Moscow, with a three-legged dog by the river. I mean, that is the movie. So, how many tripods, as in three-legged dogs, out of the sky am I going to give it? I would say a 5. It warrants nothing more than just right. Again, I do have a little bit of love of it for having it on big box VHS, but never got it on DVD. Again, it's Charlie Sheen. I love the artwork for it. I think it's a bit creepy how they've changed Natasha Finski's head on it. There's a Jeff Brookton. It's a typical action movie, you know what I mean? It could have been anyone at the time, but again, it's a little bit too long. I would definitely have that down an hour and a half. Again, that's what you were aiming for at that time. But yep, out of Drop Zone versus Terminal Velocity, to me, Drop Zone wins. I've been Stephen Monkey Mason. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now.